Some of my favorite YouTubers have promoted a brand that normally wouldn't show up on my scam/problematic radar scanner.
Dude, you know what's gonna happen knowing my luck? I'm gonna be approached by Scentbird and they're gonna offer me like $200,000 for the Darkwood video. And then they're gonna see me doing a React Andy to like an anti-Scentbird video. And they're gonna like cancel the deal.
Automatic radar scanner.
Scentbird.
Scentbird is a perfume subscription company that at least outwardly looks successful. It's not an MLM. It's not.
What's with the 9gag trolling music? Is this Kevin McLeod? This sounds a bit Vanossy.
Promising to cure cancer. So why do I care? It's because the CEO of Scentbird, Maria Nurislamova, stinks.
Our bodies choose to miscarry children. It's not an accident that happens, it's a choice. If people were to align with their life purpose, we would see a lot less cancer on planet Earth.
This is giving heavy goop vibes. Like the vagina candle. Yeah, this is giving heavy goop vibes. What was that again? Like, if you aligned your senses, you wouldn't get cancer?
A lot less cancer.
I mean, the reason why like 1 in 2 people get cancer now is because like all the microplastics that mess up your digestive tract, like all the chemicals, things that we eat and use that we don't even know are going to give us cancer until like 50 years later. Look how long it took them to find out that cigarettes give you cancer. They were peddling that for so long, for even having health benefits.
Planet Earth. You could heal yourself from any disease. I don't care if it's cancer. I don't care if it's AIDS. It could be whatever. But you could heal yourself in the span of under 7 days.
We're going to talk about the spiritual reasons for being overweight.
Like, look at
my rank teammates. Unironically, my rank teammates.
Hitler. He's one of the poster children for like being an evil person. Do you know how many millions of souls benefited from learning from the experience that he has created? So is he evil? Not really. I don't think so.
My ranked teammates. I'm not even doing a bit. My ranked teammates. And they'll be spouting out stuff like this in 6 Siege, and there'll be 7 down. No kills.
Yeah, she really did say that. We'll go in depth on that specific video later, but first we have to
I knew as soon as the Austrian painter bit was brought up, I was like, she's gonna say he did something good.
Understand what the is going on here. I discovered Maria for the first time while live streaming. By day, she's a serial entrepreneur, founder and CEO of a multi-million-dollar beauty startup. And by night, she's a spiritual teacher, intuitive, channeler, and writer. Since her awakening in 2018, she's been guided. Okay, what multi-million-dollar beauty startup is she a part of? Now I'm curious. She started Scentbird? No way. Well, I've heard of that before. That is like a multi-million-dollar startup. I had no clue. It seems like Maria lives a double life.
It's so weird how you have these startups that make like millions and millions of dollars, and then they've got no social, like, they have no social clout. Like, nothing on TikTok, nothing on Instagram. It's crazy.
Half the time, she's the leader of this successful startup that launched in 2014. She hosts a podcast about fragrance and represents her company as a well-spoken, confident entrepreneur. But then in 2018, she had an awakening.
I started getting into spirituality just by consuming some content that happened prior to my awakening. I think maybe about 2 years prior. So my awakening actually happened unprompted when I was on vacation with my parents in Portugal, and it started via a dream.
I'll summarize this part for you because literally there's nothing worse than someone explaining their dream to you. So in the dream, she was in a creepy old castle and she sees a golden window and hears a voice.
That voice.
No, she used AI art to prove a point. It's over.
I cannot explain it. It was like God spoke to me.
And then she woke up from that dream. And
I've had really bizarre dreams though. I think I've said this before, but one thing I really suggest everyone does here is buy a notebook and a pen and keep it next to your bed. So when you have a dream, you can write it down. Because I had a dream once that I saved Pedro Pascal from a shark attack. And the shark got free in an aquarium. And I saved Pedro Pascal. And Morgan Freeman was there for some reason.
And decided she's better than everyone and has special abilities and gifts. And just a few years later, here we are, settled down in Crazy Town. Also, I just gotta say, I love when these gurus say that the universe was speaking to me or God was speaking through me. It really reminds me of Gabby Bernstein.
At which point I feel this energy
Your uncle died? Yeah, he was Pedro Pascal.
begin to move me and lift me up and bring me to my desk.
Dreams do have meaning. I don't personally believe in like all the spiritual garbage that, you know, it's like, oh, my teeth fell out in a dream. That means you're worried about something. Oh, I got AIDS in a dream. That means you're worried about something. I think it's more just like, it's good to write down what you dream about, because then slowly you can build connections to it. Because I remember like, I had a dream that Pedro Pascal was my uncle, and he died in the dream. No, I think he died in the dream. But my actual uncle, like IRL, he died. I think shortly before or shortly after. I think it was before. But that was obviously no, it was definitely it was before. Yeah. Before the no. I had the dream. Yeah, before the dream. But yeah, it was just obvious that it was my brain trying to, like, you know, turn it into something, like almost as like kind of a cope. And by writing it down, you kind of get it out. You get the worms out your brain. It's really helpful.
And I sit down at my desk, and involuntarily I place my hands on the key.
Weed gets rid of dreaming. I don't smoke weed. Yeah, I think weed scares me because it just seems to make you incredibly lazy and you don't want to do anything.
Keyboard of my computer, and my fingers just start typing. And they're moving, and all of a sudden at the top of the page, the words that were not mine came onto the page, and words that were not mine, ideas that were not mine, belief systems, guidance, wisdom that was not mine came onto this page.
In my opinion, this is
Is that a joke? That's just like a cat typing on a keyboard.
just a way for gurus to feel superior and declare power over
He doesn't want to become one of his commissions. True.
others. And also, Maria has probably one of my favorite "The Universe Was Speaking Through Me" videos of all time.
The energy exchange for this is going to be $250. That's what Spirit wants to
Why is that funny?
charge for this.
It's like the Vine thud, man. It's just ageless content.
It's not really me, because it's really Spirit and the universe that's working with you. It's not really me.
Give me all your money. $250 specifically. Why are you doing this? Okay, it's not me. It's Spirit and the universe that wants this. It is not me, okay? Just make sure you know that. It's not me. Thank you.
If you were wondering
Oh, that's like a skit I would have done in 2017. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, she's definitely mid-30s. I get it. The millennial pause. I get it.
what Spirit and the universe wants Maria to charge 250 stinking American dollars for, here's
Someone said boomer skit. Okay, I'm trying to not say that because that was mean.
the answer.
Spirit just comes through and they're like, Maria, you want to teach people how to release their trauma through dance? And I'm like, we're talking somebody murder your entire family trauma that I can help somebody release through a few motions.
Let's get back on track here, shall we? You'll notice in a lot of her videos,
Okay, the boomer skits are getting a bit invasive.
she closes her eyes so she can better channel her higher self.
My podcast is a channeled experience. I record it from a state of trance, which essentially is the way I get there is through self-hypnosis. So I generally channel my podcast with my eyes fully closed. I talk to Spirit.
I was wondering why she was like having her eyes closed. Like, did she lose her eyes or something? That makes sense now.
Look strange as I am recording videos as I talk to Spirit, and sometimes I have to wear glasses because I frankly don't even know what I look like when my eyes are twitching. My eyes are probably twitching when I'm channeling, like who knows.
Yeah, this is much less distracting.
When I channel with my eyes open, I can do it, but my connection is not as strong. And also, the reason I don't always do that is because the information sometimes comes through visually. And now my third eye is always open, but when my eyes are closed, depth of the image that comes through is actually a lot better. And so I see the intricacies of how energy moves a lot.
Dude, talking about weed, this actually reminds me of like when I was hanging out with some people that were like smoking weed from like a pen, and they all got really high, and I just didn't want to touch it, so I was still sober. And this is the stuff they would talk about. You're sat there, and it's like, okay, you just said a lot of syllables, but none of it went in. Like what are you saying? I don't understand what you're saying.
Better when my eyes are closed. So in other words, you know, if I tried to channel with my eyes open, I'd maybe get 60% of the connection that I would with my eyes closed.
What? Where are these numbers being pulled from? Where are these numbers being pulled from? Just pulled a random number out your ass. I'm thinking a 66.5% chance probability when my eyes are closed.
Did you
Just laughing.
totally see the spirit right now? It was just like a white spirit that just went over.
Are you okay?
Actual ranked teammates in Phasmophobia. I just saw a spirit orb. Okay, did you see it on the camera? No, it was on my screen. Okay, did you write down in the book? No.
Let's throw on that instant replay for a second. Girl, that is dust. Clean your house and then seek help, please. Okay, so in addition to her channeling YouTube channel, Maria also has the typical low-level
Schizophrenia.
spiritual grifter offerings. She's got some pricey and, in my
AI art.
opinion, offensive webinars. She's got in-person retreats. The one in England is my favorite because Maria says she's got
I don't even think that image is real.
Pyrocynical. I am one of your 4 female viewers and the only fan above 17. I am also madly in love with you. Also, your hair looks nice. I don't get the bald bit. Love you, Pookie. Call me.
Thank you, Vivi, for the 10. I'm actually being rizzed through donors.
in-person retreats.
It wasn't a self-dono. It wasn't a self-dono. I'm not trying to rizz myself.
The one in England is my
I feel that's an AI image, by the way. There's something off about that. Why would that be the only real image? Where even is that?
favorite because Maria says, quote, "My gifts and powers are always amplified in England. Gifts that
I pay less tax in England, therefore my powers are amplified.
will set you back a nice $1,111, not including flights or hotel." Well, all right then. But this offering is the most outrageous. It's a one-on-one retreat for entrepreneurs, leaders, business owners, influencers, executives, and wealthy individuals asking themselves a question. What's next? Wealthy being the most important here because it costs $125,000. What does that include?
People will pay that, by the way. You will actually have like mad depressed billionaires that'll be like, oh my God, this will fix me. That's a lot of money. That means it works, right?
A 3-night stay at Maria's house in Florida. And it also says, please note, Maria's home is not a 5-star hotel, but a sanctuary. It is less luxurious and more wholesome. Are you gonna add me to the deed of this wholesome home for that price? Oh my God. Let's actually break this down for a second. So it's $125,000 for 3 days. Okay, that's $41,666 a day. And take a look at those angel numbers, am I right? That equates to $1,736 an hour and a whopping $28 a minute. I thought this 24-day private jet around the world tour of every Disney theme park was insane, but buying that instead of Maria's retreat would actually save you $10,000. Now, I will give her a smidge of credit here because she does specify who this retreat is not for. Anyone with a late-stage terminal disease looking for a magic pill, and anyone who needs to borrow money to be able to participate in the program, so mostly everyone. And of course,
yeah, she's not even like trying to hide the fact that she's basically just using it to exploit the uber rich. I mean, it's kind of based. It's kind of based. If you're that stupid to depart with that much money, then that is kind of based.
you have to apply to see if you're worth giving Maria this insane amount of money. Okay, it's almost time to dive deeper into the video that I think is the most offensive in Maria's collection of offensive videos.
Look at Hitler. Is he evil? Not really. I don't think so.
But before we do that, we gotta look quickly at some of her other videos.
But subconsciously, when you're reaching out for that piece of baguette, you are craving the nurturing of your father or his energies in your life. Even when you're watching Harry Potter.
When you eat a baguette, you want your dad's energy. There's a sexual innuendo there. I can't think of it.
Do set protections on yourself. You're going to thank me later.
Sometimes you guys think that you just like your teeth are randomly crooked, but they're not randomly crooked. Every little like aspect of the tooth is a map.
And here are some
All right, tell that to a British person. I'm British. I'm allowed to make that joke. I'm allowed to make that joke. I'm British.
of her great video titles.
Dude, my teeth were screwed.
Hey, Pyro, noticed you didn't play an airport for aliens ran by dogs. Pretty please, Poppy?
Thank you, that one guy. I will, maybe tomorrow. I do have it in my library.
Tomatoes and potatoes are here to keep you sick. Pets are
Potatoes are like one of the best foods you can ever eat. I think I saw online there's like a satiation index of like how long food keeps you full for. And potatoes is ranked the actual highest. Like there's nothing better than it.
Not random. Consuming honey makes you a better person. The root cause of the heart disease, abortion and miscarriage from the spiritual perspective. Trigger warning if you end up watching that video, for real. Coffee is bad for your aura.
That's crazy. That is like those people on TikTok that pick apart everything that you do day to day. It's like, oh, I'm fat. I'm going to stop drinking Coke. I'm going to drink Coke Zero. No, you can't drink Coke Zero. It'll give you cancer. Even though it only gives you cancer if you have like 28 cans a day. And like, some people have like a bottle a day. Maybe 2. That's still not 28 cans. Yeah, coffee. Like, coffee's an antioxidant. It's been proven in Japan to help you live longer. They did like a study on it. Like it's it is literally the best thing you can drink in the world. Obviously, moderation. Like, dude, without black coffee, it'd be over. Double espresso. Yummy. They always do stuff like that. They make up arguments about random things. And if coffee does have a negative, it will be so insignificant to all the positives that it brings. It's like water. They start picking apart water. Like, don't drink water. Water's bad for you. And it's like, okay, what do I drink then? Don't drink sparkling water because sparkling water rots your teeth. Where's the proof? I don't know. I lost it.
Is bad for your aura. The next 18 years are
So aura will literally be like, I had a dream where my teeth fell out and I got AIDS because I drank a cup of coffee.
going to be pretty tough. Me, when I was born a Bills fan. All right, now let's get into the really, really bad one. The title is Q&A, How Does God Perceive Time? Does God have a shadow side? And other questions answered. She spends more than an hour.
Yeah, I'm very sure she'll be able to answer those questions. 2K viewer Andy.
Channeling her inner wisdom while her husband gives some amazing feedback.
Interesting. That's very interesting. So interesting. That makes sense.
Say the line, Bart!
That's very interesting.
Also, side
Okay, that was a good joke. Okay, I get she's a boomer. That was a good joke. I will give her that one. 1 point to Gryffindor.
note about her husband, he's the founder and COO of Scentbird. So basically, this whole company is bad. So right at the end of the video, Maria decides to answer this question.
I think we have time for one more question. Can a higher self be evil? How does a higher self
That's what you
guide
said
an
last
incarnation
time, same
who
time
meant
tomorrow.
to enact evil?
That led her into a whole monologue about how we're all put on Earth to learn and experience things.
I will do it. One guy. I will play the game, I promise. I genuinely did forget and I got caught up playing with Angerfoot. And it's such a good game.
And then things start getting dark.
What does it feel like to kill 30 people? What does it feel like to kill 100,000? You know what I mean? And is it evil? Not if your intention is to understand murder. Because by the virtue of you understanding murder, you are sharing that learning and you're uploading it up to the Akashic records where everybody else can learn from it. And that is a very important distinction to make. Because at one point, somebody
Can I
has
be an editor
to be
for
the
her channel? I'll do it for free.
No. But shoot me a DM if you got a portfolio.
soul that is going to get the learning of what it feels like for the rest of existence and for the rest of the higher selves and, you know, for Source itself. So somebody has.
Did you know, like, Vast in Far Cry 3, he had that little necklace, the green necklace of a tooth? She's got, like, a green necklace there. I tell you, bro, she's gonna be, like, the main villain of, like, Far Cry 7 or something.
To take one for the team, so to say, and learn. And that is how you may get
Did she talk about people dying as taking one for the team? Surely I didn't hear that properly.
like a mass murderer or somebody who starts a world war or somebody who, I don't know, blows up a
What are you learning? Murder is lebad? You know that film Come and See with the little kid? And he's being dragged away by all the Germans? Wait a minute. This whole village got burnt. Everyone got put in a house and they all got set on fire and melted to death. Okay, what's the consensus here? I'm very happy they died because it has taught me the very important moral lesson that war is lebad.
nuke and kills, demolishes a whole city. That is one way that you can get there. And by the way, like, look at Hitler. He's one of the poster children for, like, being an evil person. Do you know how many millions of souls benefited from learning from the experience that he has created? So here you may put, you know, like, look.
He made very sure to not there. He made very sure to not nod. Yikes. Thank you, Nico, for the 5.
But a character like him and be like, oh, he's completely evil. And upstairs, his experience was one of the greater sources of knowledge of 3D planet Earth warfare. And that is benefiting so many different souls on their evolutionary path. So is he evil? Not
Have
really.
you heard of the
I don't
channel
think so.
Good Griefs? Has my favorite troll content aside from Bubba Games. He made the Calc TikTok.
I haven't heard of him, no, but thank you for the 10.
That's fair, we all forget things sometimes. Also, what is your favorite exclusive on the PS5?
What's my favorite exclusive on the PS5? The home screen.
So,
Thank you, Nico, for the 10. Eat my money. Do that 10 more times, I could probably get a commission.
So interesting. So interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, he knows. He's like, what the hell am I in on, bro? I'm in way too deep here. Okay, let me just nod so she doesn't kill me.
I think that's one of the most offensive takes I've heard in a long time. Just because we have learned, or just because we have improved somewhat since then, does not mean Hitler was a decent guy. I'm sorry, I'm just never gonna believe that. And the fact that she's on the internet saying these types of things is nuts. Here are my final thoughts. Scentbird seems to be similar to products like Bloom and BetterHelp. The brand seems to rely heavily on influencer sponsorships to grow. My advice is if you come across an influencer who is still taking Scentbird sponsorships, politely, seriously, don't be a jerk, comment and let them know that the CEO of Scentbird is saying this crazy stuff online. Now, I'm not saying you should write.
Yeah, because I thought this video would be breaking apart why Scentbird is useless, but it's basically just saying that the person behind it is unhinged.
A million comments or get upset if someone still chooses to.
I mean, I'll be honest. Has this video made me never want to work with Scentbird? No, I would work with Scentbird on the only condition that I sneak in her saying that about the Austrian painter into the ad read and they allow it. And if they don't allow it, I wouldn't work with them. I think that's fair, right? I think that's fair.
To keep working with the brand.
Thank you, Cal, for the 5.
But I do think bringing this to light is one small way that we can check people with power and influence. And if anything, it's hurting Maria not to be called out on her behavior, because the longer it goes unchecked, the longer she thinks she is truly delivering divine wisdom, and the deeper she'll slip into this madness. What I really hope she does is open her eyes and take a look in the mirror. Hold on one second. I'm getting a message from Spirit. They said thank you for watching this video, and
I like that video. It kind of reminded me of like 2016 YouTube.